I have a couple other stories that I wanted to cover before I get to the gameplay. Speaking of more Lucasfilm news, and this one again, this is like, stop it. Just stop it already. Now, that'll be fair. They didn't announce this. This was leaked. But this is coming from Deadline. Shawn Levy talks to direct a Star Wars film after Deadpool 3 and Stranger Things final episodes. Deadline can reveal that Shawn Levy is in talks to come aboard to direct a Star Wars film. We're trying to pry loose details of plot and writer. This is what we can tell you. Levy will focus on this one after he completes job directing Deadpool 3 at Marvel and Disney, the one that brings Ryan Reynolds together with Hugh Jackman. This comes as a prolific moment for Levy. He is in post-production limited series All the Light We Cannot See, for which Levy directed all 4 episodes. That series is for Netflix, where he will also direct the last 2 episodes of the 5th and final season of the streamer's signature series Stranger Things, which Levy episodes through his 21 Laps banner. The Deadpool 3 deal comes after Levy teamed with Reynolds on the Adam Project for Netflix. Star Wars will be his 3rd recent big film at Disney. We also directed Reynolds in Free Guy, with the sequel discussed. Levy is back in franchises after starting there with The Night in the Museum films. You know, Shawn, listen, I can see why they're going to probably go with Shawn Levy. You know, he's a very workman-like director. Like, I think he did great stuff. Like, all the things that he has directed, I really enjoyed. I was a big fan of Stranger Things season 4. I thought season 4 like really brought the show back to prominence. And I just felt like I disliked season 3. I just felt like, all right, you know, it felt like it was kind of spinning its wheels a little bit. But season 4 really brought me back, and the whole Vecna thing, and I like the characters kind of being all off on their own, different place. That was really cool. Just kind of up the scale for me. And they did a great job directing those episodes. You know, some of his other credentials, though, I just have not been, you know, the biggest fan. I haven't seen all of them. So, you know, it wouldn't be fair to judge him just, you know, broadly with that. You know, I want to see some of these other movies that he's done. My issue is not even with the fact that, okay, he's going to be Star Wars. Like, that's fine. The thing is, it's just like, this has been going on at Star Wars at Lucasfilm forever. Like, I'm sure, but that film division is being run very sloppily, especially when it comes to the films. The TV shows, that you can make an argument where it's like, they've had more success. They really had more success on the TV side, even if, you know, I don't like the Book of Boba Fett or Obi-Wan Kenobi, but after... you know, Mandalorian and Andor most recently, and all the animated shows, like, they've had a lot of success with that. But they've canceled more projects. They've had more behind the scenes issues than any other of these other divisions at Disney, chat. It's just sloppy. It's like it's like along with this, like, people forget you have that Josh Trank Star Wars movie that got canceled because of everything. You have that Taika Waititi Star Wars film, which they say is going to be out next year, which I'm like, bull fucking shit. I don't think he even has a script ready for that. I don't think that movie's happening. You have that Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie, which was announced a year ago. Now that's fucking dead. You have this Rian Johnson trilogy, which has been said they're going to be doing it for the last 6 to 7 years, and that has gone nowhere, nor do I think it's going to go nowhere. Recently, you just had a report that Damon Lindelof and Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy are going to be doing a Star Wars movie. And it's just like, we don't know if any of this is going to happen. It's just really, really sloppy. When you compare, like, the divisions, like, just, like, even if, you know, you don't like Phase 4, you think Phase 4 of Marvel has been the worst thing ever to happen to Marvel. Just look at how Kevin Feige and everyone at Marvel is running that division, that film division, TV division, what have you, and compare to the Lucasfilm, it's night and fucking day. You've had so much incompetence at Lucasfilm right now. Like, there's been no movement. Are there any films that we can state that are in any form of production right now? No, none. There's nothing. There's nothing there. TV side, sure. They got stuff moving. They just recently announced the Acolyte show, which is coming. Looking forward to that. But in terms of the films, there's been no fucking movement. And listen, they've taken a lot of things in the chin recently, Chad. You know, they started off with a lot of success with The Force Awakens, and and obviously Rogue One. But then, you know, things started to get shaky. Like, I know a lot of people have various divisive opinions on The Last Jedi, but that film put a wedge in between the fan base and general audiences, Chad. That's an extraordinarily divisive film. I kind of fall on the side where I think that movie's pretty shitty, but there's a lot of people that like it, sure. You had Solo, which came out soon after that, which was the first huge box office failure for Star Wars and its history chat. And you had all the issues with that, where you had like this to this day. I don't know why Phil Lord and Chris Miller were fired from that movie. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who have had a consistently proven track record for years, success after success after success after success. And the fact that you would fire them off of that movie, it boggles my fucking mind to this day. Why would you do that? Because it didn't line up originally with your vision. Like those guys are incredibly talented. And then you reshot the movie for Ron Howard, very workmanlike. I didn't even hate Solo. I think Solo is fine. It's okay. It's fine. But it was a huge commercial failure. It was because the budget blew up to over $300 million. And then you had the Rise of Skywalker, and well, we know what happened with that. And so, it's just been sloppily run for years. And I feel like Kathleen Kennedy is just not the right person for that film division. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, I hate Kathleen Kennedy because she's a woman. It's just like, no. Or one of those, you have all those YouTubers and content creators that are doing that. It's just like, I feel like she doesn't really understand the property, and she has this old school mentality of producing. Like, she's produced some incredible movies throughout decades. She had a relationship with, obviously, with George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. It's like, there's no doubt. Enormously successful producer. But it's running an entire film division is different than being a producer. And I feel like that's what's been her downfall, where, she seems to have a misunderstanding of the general property she has. She strikes me as that kind of person, like, ooh, this is a hot director, let's bring them on board. And then that project goes nowhere. And that's happened like multiple fucking times with Lucasfilm. Oh, Josh Trank, he made fucking Chronicle. Boom, we're going to get him and do a Star Wars. And then Fantastic Four comes out. It's like, oh, we're not so sure about that anymore. We'll sweep that under the rug. Patty Jenkins, oh shit, the director of Wonder Woman, boom, get her in there. Oh, Wonder Woman 1984, that didn't do very well. Let's sweep that under the rug. It's like, this is a pattern. This is a fucking pattern. Taika Waititi, boom. Oh, everyone loves Taika Waititi. Thor: Love and Thunder, divisive movie. It's like, what's going on? So, and then the thing that really kind of put the nail in the coffin for me, with my opinion on her tenure in Star Wars, she did this interview where she talked about, because someone asked her, like, they compared Lucasfilm to Marvel, and she's, saying, look at what Marvel's been able to do based on all the material they have. And Kathleen Kennedy said, well, we're in a different position than Marvel because, and I'm slightly paraphrasing, we're in a different position than Marvel because we have no pre-existing material to work from. And I went, what the fuck are you talking about? What the dozens of the decades of material that you have that you can work with, from the comics to the cartoons, to the books. You have so much material. You have video games. Like, what are you talking about? You don't have any pre-existing material you can work from. And that to me just speaks of, and listen, she doesn't have to be like the super uber fan of Star Wars and knows, like, Grand Admiral Thrawn came to the Empire and this. It's like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, you have to have a general sense of understanding of this property. And you need to have people, even if you don't, like, okay, I don't know enough, you got to surround yourself with people that do, and know what works about Star Wars and what hasn't worked about Star Wars, and have all these projects come out, tackling all these different eras. And they're just not doing that. And that one statement, I'm telling you this day, that one statement just made, okay, you don't know what you're doing. You don't really understand this property. And it is, it's incredibly frustrating. And so this is just another example of it. It's just like, all right, you got another person, we'll see what comes out of this. I don't know. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. So we'll see. I'll believe it that when it comes to Star Wars shit, when it comes to Star Wars movies, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when this movie is actually in production, when they're actually filming it. And actually, I want to get a trailer. That'd be better. What about you guys? How do you feel about this news? Shawn Levy, a proven director. I haven't liked everything he's done. I've liked some of the stuff he's done. I haven't seen everything he's done. But, joining, allegedly, a Star Wars project and be directing one.